Welcome, everybody, to the Dichotomy podcast. I'm your host, Mona. How's everybody doing out there today? Make sure you drop a comment and make sure you subscribe to the YouTube page as well. I'm joined today by special co host Eric E. B. Eek
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. He's my friend, but I can't ever say the last name. So say it again.
Beelzebub. Eric Beelzebub.
Okay. Shout out to Nigeria.
Absolutely.
For sure. And today we're going to have an episode of Hot Topics. I'm so excited because there's a lot of things that are going on and we just wanted to kick it and have fun. And when you ask me where do you look, you can look at me, you can look up there.
All right.
So either way is cool. Everybody, as always, if you comment on my watch party, I will try to see the comments, but the main comments get displayed on the screen for us, and those are on the Dope Dichotomy Facebook page. So you want to go on there so that we can interact with you. And then, of course, in 2 days, the podcast will be on all streaming services, Spotify, iTunes, Google, and Apple. Well, not all, but almost. And I just submitted to iHeart, so hopefully we'll be on iHeart Radio very soon as well. But speaking of interacting, this is unplanned, but we kind of had a conversation before this, and we really need help with the audience out here. So hip hop heads. Eric, he presented a question earlier. We were talking about hip hop with R&B on them, and he believes that the first hip hop song he can think of that the group was already established, and then the singer was already established, was Ill Al Scratch, and it was called I'll Take Her, and it had Brian McKnight on it.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I agree that was a song we started talking about, but I don't know if that was the first one that really had two established people.
Because I think it was significant because it was the first song that had a video. It was mainstream. It was on the radio.
So
you have to add that. You got to add that into it. You know.
Yes.
The first mainstream song that had a real R&B established artist on the actual track.
Yes, for sure. What's up, Austin? What's up, Timothy and Dikuyi? I hope I said that name correctly. What's that?
So I'm like,
yes.
I'm the African whisperer.
Yes.
I do not know. That's from South Africa. I don't know.
The African whisperer? It's hilarious. I was like, oh no, here you go.
Nah, I think that's how it sounds. It sounds pretty.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't want to murder someone's name. I think everybody deserves to have their name said correctly.
Absolutely.
Of course. So if you can think of a song that came out that had an established hip hop act and an established R&B act that was before I'll Take Her with Brian McKnight and Ill Al Scratch and what's his other name? It wasn't it Ill Al Scratch and something else?
No,
or was it just Ill Al Scratch?
Ill and Al Scratch.
Okay. Ill and Al Scratch. That's what it was. Then please leave a message in the comments. We definitely want to know. We're trying to see if there's anything else. And I can't think of anything else because everything else, the people are established now, but at the time when they were singing on them, they weren't, recognized acts or whatever. So please let us know for sure. So we're going to get into these hot topics. So we're going to go ahead and go to the first one, which is A. No problem.
I'm over here still messing with microphones.
It is okay. Yep. So the first topic is going to be Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. Now, we covered this a little bit before when Eric was here in the beginning of the season. But some recent developments have happened. You know that Tory was finally charged.
Yeah.
And also, he put out an album, Daystar, which is actually fire. It's not bad. It's not bad. But a lot of people didn't even want to listen to it. They don't want to give it a chance. They feel like he's capitalizing on a really difficult moment for Meg. So I just want to know your thoughts on it.
A couple of things. One, he is actually free man. So the reason he put the project out on that date because it was his mother's birthday, I believe.
I don't know.
It was something significant. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
That I don't know the actual fact, but a lot of people, it was a lot of blowback because of what happened with the Breonna Taylor situation, and I get that side. But yeah, sometimes I think he didn't think that that out as thoroughly as she should, but it's his choice,
Are you mansplaining?
Nah. if it would have been a woman, I would have still said it was her choice. You know, at the end
What's
of the
up,
day.
Philip? So you think that it's okay? I mean, I just
Mm-hmm.
want to make sure we're clear that someone could have been involved in a possible shooting of a
Mm-hmm.
woman, a black female,
Mm-hmm.
and does not say anything to defend himself,
Okay.
puts out what has been told from the other side of lies to try to discredit the situation,
Mm-hmm.
and then puts out a album basically saying that he's still in love with her, but he didn't do anything wrong, and then trashing other black females in it.
Okay.
Do you think that that was the proper thing for him to do
I
after the Breonna Taylor ruling?
I wouldn't have done that.
Okay, so
But
we make excuses for short guys from Canada now.
not even making excuses. I'm saying it's his choice. That's his right. So I can disagree with it. I wouldn't have done that. And then again, it's different. Optics and right and wrong, it's two different things, right?
But how do you feel about the fact that this man
This man,
pulled out a gun when dealing with a female?
allegedly.
Where did the gun come from? It didn't come from her friend, and it did not come from the bodyguard.
Still alleged. Unless
Candyman did it.
True. Absolutely. It's still alleged to this point. Alleged doesn't mean that didn't happen the way you said it, but we don't know. I don't know. You know, were you there?
I wasn't there, but I'm smart, and I can put two and two
Absolutely.
together. And I held back. At first, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what's going on.
But historically, it's been some supposed open and shut cases in the media. And the media back in the day could have been, radio, print, whatever. And then we found out the whole truth, and it was totally different. I'm not saying this is the case.
Y'all found the whole truth. There has very, very rarely ever been a case that I did not reach it for myself, and something came out later, and it was like, ooh, because everybody jumped to judgment. I don't do that. I really look at the whole situation and I make a decision.
Okay,
and
Matlock, Perry Mason.
I'm usually not wrong. This situation, I did hold off, but his moves is very fuckboy, very, and his moves are very I'm guilty.
So his move's gonna be whatever he is already, whether he did it or he didn't, right? I'm like messy people
I
do
love
messy
Tory.
shit.
I like his
right?
music. I like quarantine radio. I think he really, really screwed himself up. Now, while saying that, I do believe he has small man complex. He was dealing with somebody that was kind of out of his league, and you know how men can be when that happens. Whatever. When she got the car and said she was rolling out, boom, he got in his feelings. I believe he took a gun out. I don't believe he purposely probably meant to harm her. That's why he's shooting at the foot, like being funny. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. But why would
So
you
you
even?
thought he had a quick moment?
I think he had like a joint in Harlem's night.
Yeah.
I do. But I think at this point, like you're a man, you don't do that. You don't pull out a gun. I also think we don't know everything as far as the substances that were used because this is Hollywood, so it definitely wasn't just alcohol. They possibly could have been on other drugs. You know what I'm saying? They like to toot their nose a lot in Hollywood. So they probably don't even really fully remember the night. Either one of them.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
Know what you mean.
But I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. But I think it's whack for a dude to even pull out a gun around a woman unless he's pulling it out to protect her.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So we're talking about socially, and then we're talking about, criminal case too, which everybody tries to blur the lines. And I'm just like, it's a lot of different things and topics. And that we can talk about when it comes to that. And I think too many lines are blurred and people have the whole idea of what went on. It's just like, I'm interested in seeing how this progresses. And, I hope Courtroom TV plays everything,
Okay, I'm going to put it out here like this. Y'all might get mad at me for saying this. Do you know what a lot, not all, because I have seen some black men say, no, there's no, this is crazy. A lot of black men, and I know why, because we try to protect because we get accused of stuff a lot. You sound like racist white people when someone gets murdered and they say, well, we got to see how it plays out in court. As if we don't have a brain and you can look and say, okay, A plus B equals C, and this is unacceptable.
Well, I'm just speaking on it because he's being torn down already to the umpteenth. And the difference between this and a lot of cases that we're talking about recently is we visually see the pictures for ourselves. Now, this is just hearsay from both parties. It's no audio, it's no video.
But it's
so
not
it's a
hearsay
total
from
different.
both parties. It's legends like Bun B coming
Mhm.
out, speaking out. You don't think that they know the real story? You really think that from being from Texas that Bun B doesn't know the real story?
But
that
still,
that these icons who have come out and
Okay.
said, Tory, you a bitch for that, don't know the real story?
Okay.
That leads to credibility for me.
But it's totally different from, again, we're talking about, all of these cases, a lot of them having video, right?
Yeah.
It's still secondhand, where someone who is in a whole nother state are telling you firsthand knowledge. And again, they're not getting both sides. It's not like Tory or whatever chopped it up with Bun B. I don't think he did. So you're hearing one side, And so, yeah, it's not the same thing to me. I get what you're saying. It's just like, yeah, I believe the narrative makes sense that have been put out there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not one of those ones who's just like, yo, man, it totally could have happened. Man, she could have pulled the gun out on him and he not. Nah, I'm not saying all of that either. I'm not stupid either. But somebody co-signing who wasn't even in that whole state, that doesn't mean much to me either.
It does when there's certain people. Now, it wouldn't mean nothing if it was Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Okay.
But Bun B, I mean, the man teaches college courses.
He's a stand-up dude.
He's a stand-up.
He's a stand-up dude, but it still doesn't mean the person who told him the information told their version. I'm not saying.
I see what you're saying.
Yo, so
Yeah.
all he's doing is reflecting
and protecting who's from his state.
Absolutely.
Okay, I can see that. Now, what do you think about the fact that he dropped the album and then they charged him? I wonder if he slipped up and said something because they like to use, they shouldn't, but they like to use music against people in court. So
Yeah. I can
wonder.
see that.
Because it's weird how they took so long and then as soon as he dropped the album, then it was almost like, oh, you playing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I didn't think about it that way. I mean, yeah, true.
Yeah. What's up, Richard, Toya, and Sean? Thank you for tuning in as well. So we're gonna go to the next one, which is B. Cardi filed for divorce from Offset. Did you see it coming?
Of course. Who didn't? Did you?
Yes. And I hate to say that.
Like, some people are authentic, almost flawed, And to me, the Migos, who I really think those are those guys. They walk, they talk, they act like that every day, all day. So I'm saying this, right? So it's one thing, you up and coming, and you like that energy. But now you established, and you are a powerhouse yourself.
Yes.
Yo, I know it doesn't happen that way, but supposedly when you marry someone, you're playing for keeps. And I get it. He's fun. You know what I mean? He got his thing. He got his own money. He got swag, but is he husband material? Sometimes this is like, in my opinion, we mix two things together. We want everything, but it should be a particular criteria. Like, yo, am I going to build a kingdom with this mate forever?
Well, I thought he had changed when he made the album Father of Four because I was 17 years old when I had you. Like that song, I like that. I think it's a little different than your take on it. You can say, oh, they're authentic. That's who they are. Boom, boom, boom. I think that they were going to have issues. Now, hopefully they won't get a divorce. They can work it out. Because I don't want to see that, with anybody. Have a small child. But I think when Cardi and Offset got together, she was just bubbling, but everyone knew she would be bigger than him. I mean, I knew it. She would. So now she's huge. He's big, but he's not superstar. Everybody knows who Cardi B is. Everyone knows. She has crossed that threshold. She has endorsement deals, whatever. They have deals, but not the type of deals she has at this point, right? She also could transition into acting. You can definitely see that, right? Okay. I think it's very difficult for a man to be with somebody who you helped come along. You were like, oh, come over to QC and let's do this and let them give you advice and all this other stuff. And then you get huge and you want to still give advice to that person, but that person is now bigger than you and she's already from the hood. She's used to being independent. I can just see how that would clash. He's also from the South. In the South, women and men's relationship dynamics are a little different than up north. I think a lot of those things played factors in it. And then he keeps cheating.
Right. I think that's the
I
only
mean,
thing that
constantly.
matters. I don't.
No,
I think.
other things matter because she said it's not because he cheated. She said because she's tired of arguing with him.
Okay.
So that told me it's more than that. She said he didn't cheat this time. She wanted to break out before he cheated again because they was arguing all the time. And there's rumors, we don't know if it's true, but he was very upset at her for recording WAP, which you knew who you got. I don't even know why. I hope that's not true. Like, you knew what was up with that.
Doesn't it work both ways? You know who you got.
Yes, but men have a nice little way of convincing women that they are different. They feel so different. And I would never do you like that. And then the first time I'm so sorry. So then he gets on stage and he begs for her back. And now he's on the Instagram. Somebody made a comment like, you look tired and sad. And he said, I'm missing Mrs. WAP. He's trying to do his whole campaign again. That's what they do. Cardi B is in a fuckboy relationship, but she just married him.
I hate that word. You know I hate that
Oh,
word.
it's true, man. It's true. Why you hate that word?
I just do, man. It's...
What's
so
up,
many
Kaylee?
people get put under that category as fuckboy.
Because so many fuckboys
this
exist.
umbrella is just like fucking infinite. You know what I mean?
Well, then stop falling into those categories. Like, we are.
But I'm saying, like, it seems like the criteria for fuckboy keeps on growing. You know?
No, we're pretty clear on what it is.
Because the original way I thought about fuckboys or whatever, it's just like just a bunch of hating ass people who got mad that they fucked that nigga. Okay.
Hating ass people that got mad because, the dude didn't do them right?
Yes. That's part of the criteria. Is it not?
Part of the criteria is dudes not doing them right, but part of the criteria of a fuckboy is not that you're hating on him. Most of them live on their mom's couch. How are you hating on that? Come on, man.
Because, why are we calling them out their name or whatever, right? You know, the biggest thing you can do to affect this fuckboy, stop dealing with him. Now you got to shout him out to the rest of the world.
Well, then you're getting into self-worth and self-esteem issues and stuff, and that's a deeper layer, and that's something that needs to be addressed as well.
Right.
But on the surface, he still is a fuckboy. Now, fuckboys are usually made because they got some issues with their mom, so it still does go back to sometimes a woman's source. Sometimes.
Okay.
Or they grew up seeing their dad be one, and that's who they modeled after. But it is an epidemic out here.
But it's
we're not just throwing that name on everybody.
To me, it's weird or whatever that, like, your low moment, you trying to turn it around and, like, blast him when you were culpable. This is something that you introduced into your life. And matter of fact, this is probably not somebody that you just allowed into your life or whatever, hit, smash, he dashed or whatever. You allowed him to be in your life. So it's almost just like you're not taking enough onus on yourself. You're just saying, you're bad, you did this to me, you fucked us up or whatever. But I'm like, you embraced his energy. Probably for a while.
Yeah.
But then you want to act like you're empowered by calling him a fuckboy and calling him out. I'm just not with that.
That would be cool if... So one of the criteria of fuckboy is that they wear a mask in the beginning.
Do they?
Yes, a lot of them do.
Offset wore a mask?
He may have wore a mask with her. He's an artist. He could have easily been like, oh, that's just that's my stage presence. That's who I am on stage. That's not, y'all say all kinds of stuff. Men say all kinds of stuff. I'm not saying that every fuckboy lies, but most of them do. And their lies are elaborate.
I don't know about that.
I do. Ladies, let me know what you think in the comments, please. Any fuckboys or fuckgirls you've dealt with?
Most is the word that I don't agree with. Most. I didn't say any, but most.
Man, they run amok out here. I'm trying to tell you. It's crazy. Crazy. So, in the comments, you can let me know what you think about that. Eric seems to think that there's not that many fuckboys around. And
see, now we're going to the extremes.
What do you mean?
We're gonna say it's a 50-50 ratio. It's some women who are bait, like they are ready to be preyed on. And then it's some just literal fuckboys. It's some situations.
Why are those women ready to be preyed on? Let's talk about it.
They embrace the bullshit.
Why?
Now, that's a whole thing. Like, that has a lot to do with their character, a lot to do with their background.
Their
Or
father.
their lack of, and what they think a man is.
Sharita? Yes, elaborate. Thank you. No, listen. Their father is usually the source of that, of a woman not having that, not knowing how she should be treated by a man.
Right.
Usually.
Right.
And my theory is with guys, usually the F-boys, sometimes it's the dad, but a lot of times it's the mom, and them secretly not really liking women because they don't like their mom. That's what I think.
Okay, I can see your point.
That's just my theory. But y'all let us know what you think. So next we're gonna go to Girlfriends, one of my favorite shows of all time. Girlfriends was added to Netflix. That's C. Um, and that's really really big for Black culture and for everybody else who may end up seeing the show for the first time. You know what I'm saying? It's just dope show. And I've rewatched it recently. I had already watched it before, but I watched it, and it's different. Like the older you get, and you see what type of topics they were covering. Now, of course, it's a Mara Brock Akil show, and if you're familiar with her, she always puts it down for the culture, and she always makes them go into things that they weren't used to talking about. Um, but it also brought another memory back. I
Okay.
watched Girlfriends all the way through, and I watched Moesha all the way through. Moesha's another classic. Both of them, I forgot that they never gave them an ending.
Closure. Yeah.
I was so upset at the end of Moesha because I really forgot about Moesha.
Mhm.
Girlfriends was different because the game was a spinoff of Girlfriends, so we got a little bit of it. You
Was
didn't know
it?
that? Yes, it was. Heh. I'm
Okay.
a Girlfriends fan.
Okay.
So Melanie was Joan's niece or little cousin, baby cousin. Yeah.
I started watching once. You know what I'm saying? The prettiest one was off the show.
Who, Tony? Tony didn't leave till like one season before the end.
That was two.
Was it two?
It was two.
Oh, well,
That,
the show was
that,
still
that's
good
why I
after
kept
that,
on
though.
coming back.
For Tony? Oh, you want the gold digger? She take my
When I'm in need.
money.
Yes. She's one of my favorites
Tony.
forever.
Yeah, that's because you just watched that episode recently, and Tony still look good. She
Nah,
look real good.
But she was my favorite then too. I'm big on lips, and so
Yeah, she's nice lips.
Absolutely.
So Charlemagne just did an interview with them, like a reuniting interview, and that was really good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
And they just kind of gave some insight on the show and what happened and why Tony ended up leaving and how that made them feel, and then why it got canceled and we didn't get an ending. And they were basically saying it was during the writer's strike, and when they came back, they just felt like they didn't have a big enough following, and it wasn't cost effective for CW to do that. But they didn't understand because they didn't have certain people at the head of it to rally for it. They didn't understand what it meant to Black people and Black women in general. And now it's really dope that it's put on Netflix. I'm assuming they get some kind of residual checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because the girl who played Maya,
Mm-hmm.
she might need it. I saw her on a reality show a couple
What
years
reality
back.
show?
She was on a reality show with Countess Vaughn. It was Countess
I'm
Vaughn,
already not.
her,
I don't even care anymore. Like once you said her. 'Cause
her, Countess Vaughn, and two other actresses, and they were.
I think I saw like a preview or something about that.
She's really bitter about how she's been treated in Hollywood, which rightfully so. But she seems really.
But there was no
bad off.
spaces for women on TV like that. So I mean, I get it.
And like they were saying on the interview, they were so lucky because they thought that this was all their first,
Sure.
joint.
Yeah.
They thought all sets were like this, were so inclusive. They had so much diversity, and they went to other places. They was like,
They were really that naive?
That's what they said on the interview. Because
That's
she had so
interesting.
much diversity on set and how they were covering so many Black stories, they
Right.
thought they were going to do this show and then go out into Hollywood, and then they realized, oh my gosh, this was like an anomaly.
I don't understand how they really believe that though.
I guess because they were naive and coming to Hollywood, and that's what their
Right.
first experience was, and you only know what you know.
But it was only a handful of Black shows anyway, so that already would tell me maybe I just think differently.
Yeah, but also Girlfriends was on around the bubble. You know how they go in waves where they throw 5
like the
million-
CW was the Black
yeah,
channel.
They throw 5
Yeah.
million Black shows, they get the ratings up, they get money for their thing, and then they cancel all of them.
Okay.
That's usually what happens, and they were
Right.
kind of in the bubble of that. But they lasted a good amount of time. We
Absolutely.
need closure. I need
Yeah, we
closure.
need a mini series.
I need Tony and
Would
Joan
you want
to
a
talk
mini
it out.
series or a movie? Which one would work better for you?
I'd like a TV miniseries. They could do a movie too, but I think a movie might.
Would you want them to be on, a regular network? Or would you want them to be like on HBO or Showtime so they can get a little bit like?
No, I think because Netflix picked them up, everybody should go stream Girlfriends because the conversations are starting to happen, and then Netflix should produce a movie or series. They could definitely do it,
Okay.
and then put it on there for that. That's what I think. Moesha is still dope as well. It covers a lot of topics. I was like, wow,
I wasn't a Moesha fan.
man. Listen, that show is still good. Still good. All the cute guys she used to date, and Q and
I
Ohaji
didn't say I
with
didn't
his
see
F
them though.
boy ass.
I saw them. My sister loved it, so I
You know
hadn't
you watch
seen it.
Moesha. We ain't gonna go through that. He did. All right, so we're gonna go to D. This topic is a little uh, frustrating.
Mm.
So Derek Chauvin was released on $1 million bond just a few days ago. The judge in his case has made a big change in the conditions of his release. He is actually able to leave the area because he feels unsafe.
Okay.
That is such a slap in the face. Like, it is crazy. That is bananas. That's almost as bananas as telling somebody that you're not going to arrest cops who killed somebody sleeping in their bed, but you're going to arrest them and charge them. Charge them for shooting into drywall. It's almost as crazy as that.
Mhm.
Not quite, but almost as crazy. I think it's a slap in the face to everyone who's in the criminal justice system. They would never do that
Absolutely.
for most people.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And one thing I just always want to identify is we don't want rules bent for us as far as people of color.
No,
we just want
the equal.
same equal, chances and opportunities to prove our innocence. And so a lot of times it feels like or it seems like we're handled like we're guilty and we have to prove our innocence when the burden of proof is always to, for the prosecution to really like nail down without any type of how can I say it, leeway, this person is guilty. That's how usually the law should work and works for others. And we just want the same, same type of scenario to happen in our cases. So.
Exactly. So everybody tell me in the comments what you think about that. I just think it's all I did was just posted "This is America" because that's all I can say in situations like this. It makes me very angry. I think it's a slap in the face to his family, to George Floyd's family, to everyone who stands for social justice. And it's what, 2 weeks after the Breonna Taylor ruling? Like,
Yeah.
it's like they're not even trying to hide it anymore. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy. And next on E, the Lakers lost Game 5 to Heat. That was a big topic.
It was.
Apparently.
It is. Shout out to Jimmy Butler. I'm a Bulls fan, by the way, so that is my dude all the way. And yeah, you can call me a LeBron hater all you want to.
You don't like LeBron?
I like LeBron. He's just not Jordan.
What?
No, that's a constant thing. Because once you get to a certain place, he's not even. Yes, he's still playing for accolades, championships, et cetera, but it's about legacy. And so everything is always going to be him being compared to Jordan. So any move or misstep is always, he's better than Jordan, he isn't better than Jordan, et cetera, et cetera. So that's always a part of this cycle of talk when it comes to LeBron James. He's always going to be compared to Jordan. So
Well,
right now,
LeBron James to me is a better human than Jordan.
it's one of my favorite people of all time.
I
Watch
know,
yourself. Watch yourself.
But he is. He's a better human than him. Say something.
I don't have anything to say.
I can't get with you on the stats for basketball, but let's
I-
talk about the humanitarian efforts and the way he treats people and what he's
Okay.
doing in his community to try to change.
But please note, LeBron James is not LeBron James without a Jordan.
No, I recognize that.
Jordan paved the way. A lot of times, sometimes, like again, LeBron James took his platform and he took it to another step. But Jordan was the first black man that did it on such a high level and did it with class.
Mm-hmm.
He was everybody's template.
He didn't do it with class, though, is what I'm saying. Most people say he's an asshole. Right?
Okay.
Is that the general consensus?
Not general consensus. Yes, that's
Of
part.
Jordan?
That's part of it. Now, again, sometimes being an asshole and being firm, it's a thin line, So I believe that he is a man who believes in himself, who believes in his worth, and he fights for himself. Sometimes you have to be an asshole in that space. And especially think about what he's doing.
I
He was
agree
a
with what you're saying.
trailblazer or whatever.
He fought
couldn't-
for himself.
Apps.
A better human fights for himself and others.
Okay, I don't believe that he only fought for himself.
Okay.
Because when you have a family, when you have a collective people that you love for, when you have a camp, that's not just yourself. Now, is he an activist the way LeBron James is? No. But I don't take Jordan to be selfish either. It's two different things. Is he to the level? Is he for the cause like LeBron? No, I can definitely say no.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't deem Jordan to be selfish.
You don't?
I don't.
Even with some of the comments he's made over the years and stuff, or you just chalk that up to him making certain mistakes here and there as it goes along.
And,
Hey, Ray.
And when you're in a unique space and you're the first person in that space, a lot of people is like, oh, those people who are famous. I'm like, no, not like that. I mean, to the point where, he was top 3 most recognizable person on the planet. Only people who's more recognizable other than him were God and Michael Jackson. That's big. And so when you're in that place and you've done it on the court and you've done it, as far as your personality, he was in a unique space. And now there's other people who filled that space now, i.e. your LeBron James. But before then, it was him and Cosby. That people thought about you positively. Now, it was big people, you had your Muhammad Ali,
Michael
or whatever.
Jackson before the scandals.
But
They loved him.
they did.
Yeah.
But to the point where he was Jordan's on commercials. He has a...
Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson.
I
don't know what you talking about.
I hear you, but Michael Jackson was aloof. Michael Jackson didn't give us as much as Jordan was.
Michael Jackson had videos premiering on Channel 5.
You're not
Fox.
getting
I
what I'm
remember
talking
it.
about. You're not hearing me or
He
whatever.
was building stuff for everybody. What are you talking about?
How many interviews do you remember him with or whatever? How many?
That's because he was Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
That's because he's Michael Jackson.
But it's a whole brand new space. That's what I'm saying. Jordan was that first person in that space. Michael Jackson was, that's another space.
Okay, so you're saying he was on a whole different level, so we can't. Okay, almost like Jordan did to basketball what Eddie Murphy did to comedy.
Not even saying just basketball. Jordan was just an icon. There's people who never played basketball before who knew Michael Jordan was.
That's true.
So
because it's branding.
Right.
Good.
And so Michael Jackson was basically put out there like an entertainer. Jordan was more like a, for lack of a better word, person. Because we saw him interview, we saw him talk, we saw his dad, and then we saw his whole case or whatever. We saw him interact and have rivalries with, Bad Boy Pistons. So we looked at him more as a figure,
A pop culture icon.
A pop culture icon.
There you go, Eric.
Michael Jackson was just a
icon.
star,
Just everybody.
icon.
Yeah.
But we didn't relate
people
to
passing
him or
out in
whatever.
China.
Right. So
Ray,
him
the
as a
topic is
black man.
the Heat. Lakers losing to the Heat, but we gotten on Jordan because he's a huge Jordan fan.
Absolutely.
And we were talking about who's the better human, Jordan or LeBron, and he got in his feelings because I said that LeBron was a better human, and now this is where we are.
LeBron knew how to navigate certain things because he saw Jordan go there,
I'll give him that. Yeah, it's kind of like hip hop, like the younger cats can navigate differently.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right, you got that
Put some
one.
respect on his name.
I feel like over a longer career too, LeBron has had less opportunity for dirty laundry to come out.
No, I think
I don't-
more
it's
now
social
because
media,
social
though.
media is
Social
here.
media.
Jordan had to deal with social media.
That's fair. I should keep my mouth shut.
No, you can talk.
It's fair.
I like it. It's like Parks on Joe Budden. The engineer always talks
Well,
like
I'm not a basketball guy, but I know Jordan because he was involved in
so much. Yeah. All right, I'll give you the Jordan thing. I still like LeBron better.
Okay.
And
that's
More
fair.
Than a Game is one of my favorite documentaries of all time. To see what LeBron came from and his friends and to see how they are, it's just so inspiring.
Only thing, man, there's a couple of things that LeBron let me down on. I'm like, dude, you doing the Space Jams? Come on now. You don't want to be
Who else
compared to
should do it?
Jordan,
Who
but
else
you
should
want to
do
do. You should do your own movie.
They said it's not going to be exactly like the original.
But still Space Jam.
What are you supposed to do, Shazam?
He's make up a whole new. He's LeBron. Just
No,
make
I
up
feel
a
you
whole
because I
new-
get just like the juice conversation we had. Yeah.
Right.
I feel you. All right, so we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play 2 games actually. The first one is called One Gotta Go. I'm so excited. You guys have seen this on the internet, so we're gonna play this game and get all up into it.
Okay.
So So as you can see, can you move that to the middle by chance? As you can see, we have A Different World, we have Fresh Prince, Living Single, and Martin.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This
so
is
out of all 4 of these,
Woo!
which one has to go? And whatever it is, when I say has to go, everything about it has to go. Meaning all of its episodes. If it's a rapper, all of his music. That type of thing. Okay, so let's get into it. You want me to answer first, or you answer? This one's easy for me.
Okay, I'm gonna even break it down even more.
Yeah, you can.
I'm gonna break it down on which one I think is the most important and significant. So I think Different World is the most significant
Amen.
out of all four.
Indeed, yes.
Because it showed us actually going to school and
it made me want to go to college.
Education,
I
right?
didn't go, but it really, if my life was different at the time, I would have went because of A Different World.
Absolutely,
Hands down.
And then it showed it was different types of young black people.
Yes, it wasn't the stereotypes. It was like so many different types. Like Cree Summers' character to me was very important to show that there are black nerd girls who are earthy.
And the last part, it showed the culture of HBCUs.
Yes.
Because they could actually go to their professors. Some of the professors lived on campus, and they actually had different regiments. Like you had one was in the military. You had one was what was Sinbad?
Sinbad was like he was like he was like charge of the dorms in the earlier seasons.
And so HBCUs are more
we
like
agree.
a family. And so I've been to both. I've been to HBCU and I've been to predominantly white university, and it is totally different. So a lot of people, that was their first introduction to HBCU. And the thing about it that people don't know about HBCUs, if you don't live on the East Coast or the South, a lot of people, especially even black people, don't know that an HBCU exists. So I spend a lot of time on the West Coast, like summers, and I'll talk about HBCUs, and people will look at it like, that's real? Like, that's the one A Different World? Actually, like, they actually have schools like that? I was like, yes. And it was like this foreign,
So it was
topic.
Iconic, so we established that. Which one would you get rid of? Because we got 20 minutes.
So Different World is going to be first.
No, which one got to go?
Living Single.
So that's what Ray said in the comments, Living Single. I would say Fresh Prince.
No.
But the only reason I'm having a hard time with Fresh Prince is because of the episode with Will and his biological father. I thought he
loved
me.
Why
do he want me?
Hold on, that's my mom is a Marine. So big up to Marines.
Okay.
Yes.
I just feel like that's such an important television moment. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Living Single just based on that moment. Yes. Eric even knew it. He's back there quoting it. Everybody has tears when they see that.
Prince, you can't, off of this, that's the biggest show out of all of them. So off.
Yeah,
off
but
I'm
not voting. I'm saying which one got to go. I'll do Living Single. Got to go. Living Single is very important to me, but it has to go. Martin, I'm not getting rid of Martin.
Yeah.
Even late nights, if I want to watch something just to fall asleep to and it's funny, I'm watching Martin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Different World was important. Fresh Prince. That episode was when I looked at Will Smith and I said, "Oh, he about to be a problem. He's about to be a movie star." No, I knew it. Though. No, because if you watch the first season, he was mouthing words. He mouthed everybody's lines. He was learning how to act.
You were that kid.
Yes, I was. Look at the first season of Fresh Prince. If you watch him very closely, he's saying everyone's lines. He was learning, but when I saw that, I said, "Oh, he about to be." Now I didn't know he was going to be the biggest actor, one of the biggest actors of all time, but he did his thing. All right, number 2. Let's see. Oh, Eric, which one would you have gotten rid of?
Oh, I was with you on the
Living Single.
Living Single,
okay,
yeah.
So everybody agree with Living Single. I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, I just felt like the presentation of the women in that show was not like there was only one that was like her.
Which one are you speaking on?
Max, is it Maxine?
Maxine was funny.
Like she was directed. Like she had a goal. No,
but Queen Latifah's character. Remember, she ended up.
In later seasons. Yeah, in later seasons. Yeah.
But Maxine was my favorite character because she just gave the shit and she was a lawyer.
Yeah, just always on top.
Yeah, that's true. All right, number 2.
All right.
Ooh, this is a hard one. All right, I'm gonna move. Yeah. All right, so we got comedians.
Let me hold on. I'll make it a little bit smaller to make it.
Well, this ain't hard. Yeah, no, I'm looking. We got Bernie Mac, Martin Lawrence, Kevin Hart, Eddie Murphy. Bye, Kevin. Very easy for me.
I'm gonna say bye, Martin.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
You know you're getting rid of You So Crazy stand up. You know you're getting rid of Martin the TV show. You're getting rid of Thin Line Between Love and Hate. You're getting rid of
I'm gonna give
Bad
my reason.
Boys.
I'm gonna give my reason. You can't
What?
do Eddie because he's the most
Yeah.
significant black comedian I think ever.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get rid of Bernie because he's the actual funniest out of the four.
Okay.
You can't get rid of Kevin Hart because he's the future.
No, you can
and-
get rid of Kevin Hart because he's oversaturated and he's not that funny.
But he's still gonna keep on going. You know what I mean? He's Drake of comedy.
No, because
Drake isn't the best rapper ever, but he has solidified. He has done enough, and he's still going.
There is no way that you should be sitting here keeping Kevin Hart and getting rid of Martin. That's
I'm just
blasphemous.
saying, by the
Can I-
time he ends his career, you're gonna be like, oh my God, how much did this guy do?
He has social media. He has
I think that's the argument, though. I think that is the argument is that
Yeah.
Kevin Hart has more career left and more reach, more potential reach.
But people who I love comedy.
But-
I'm a little comedy groupie. I stay
Okay.
at comedy clubs. People who love comedy do not hold Kevin Hart in the same way. We recognize that. We do.
But this
But,
early on,
come
he
on.
has accomplished so much early.
Yeah, because
Like,
he's had the opportunity to.
Absolutely, you're right.
The Migos has
Netflix.
accomplished way more than Public Enemy.
But you know what? But you
Netflix
know,
has been helpful.
You know
Netflix
what
has
would
been
help me
helpful
with
to a lot of
Martin?
comedians,
You know what
actually.
would help me with Martin or whatever? What has he done in the last 15 years? He's just done a handful of things.
That's because he went home and took care of his family. He got daughters.
Okay, that's the situation. I get it. But when you talking about somebody's career, yes, that's why he hasn't done it. But you can't say, oh, because he's done two things the last 15 years, don't hold that against him. Compared to someone who's packed their resume in the last 15 years.
What classic
Oh,
movie? What classic movie does Kevin Hart have? What classic TV show does Kevin Hart have?
Captain Underpants.
Come on, man. Okay, let's take Kevin Hart's funniest stand up. Okay, I would say it's probably you're gonna learn today. What's that one?
I know the name.
You know what I'm talking about. I went to
Yeah.
see it live.
Yeah.
Anyways, y'all know, not Grown Little Man, but the one that was really, really big,
Right,
and
right.
I went to go
Yeah,
see
you
it
so
live.
crazy is this shit. I know.
Compare that to water drip glistening all over your
All over your
body.
ball.
Like, come on, man. Come on. What do y'all
Mama
think,
said
though?
lock my ass.
Yeah, Mama said lock my ass.
I mean, but we're talking about whole career. Again, you're talking about a moment. Okay, yeah, I give it to you. His stand-up
Martin-
is better. But
Martin
come
is
on,
still
man.
working though.
He is. He just did Bad Boys too.
Yeah, and the Beach Bum.
Yes,
he was
but
Captain Whack and
He
Captain Whack
comes
and
out
Beach
the
Bum.
house like every couple of years. You know what I mean?
Because he's established himself. Eddie Murphy comes out the house every couple years.
But while he was in his prime, he kept on coming with it. Like Martin just left stuff on the table in his prime, and we get why.
Yeah, we have
get
reasons why.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm my feelings are hurt. You
But
threw Martin
like
out.
I said, yeah.
All right, number 3.
Change it so quick. I'm never ready.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to stay within the time. My bad. All right, next we got soul food, seafood, barbecue, and dessert.
You go first. I gotta think about it.
This is easy.
I would probably get rid of barbecue. Because every once in a while I'm going to want a dessert. I'm definitely not giving up seafood, and you can tell I like soul food. So,
Okay, I gotta ask this one question before I answer it. So
Mm-hmm.
that says dessert. That doesn't mean snacks. Dessert is like pies, cakes,
what do you consider a snack?
chips, cookies.
No, you can still have snacks.
Dessert gotta go.
Dessert gotta go.
Gotta go.
What do you think, Eric?
I'm gonna be the weird one and go with seafood.
See, you don't like seafood?
The thing is, there's only like I like fish.
You don't
Oh,
like.
you're not from the DMV.
You don't like shellfish.
I don't like shellfish.
You're not from the DMV.
I don't like shellfish.
No, I'm
either.
from
Oh.
Jersey
I
originally.
don't like
Okay.
shellfish.
I like crab, but only if it's like I'm not trying to work for my meal. Like
yeah, I'll
like
give
I'm
you
not
a
trying
pass.
to.
You're not from here. Yeah.
So I
can't.
could do without
You're
seafood
bougie.
because
You don't like your
yeah.
hands
You
being
don't let
dirty.
your hands be dirty.
I'm not afraid to admit
Last time I
that.
did that, I got a cut.
He's like, I don't want to suck nothing. I don't want to lick my fingers. That's oh my god.
I feel you. So,
All drums, no flaps. Like
I said,
all right, we're on, I think, number 4.
all right, number 4.
All right, one's got to go in all of their music. So we have Janet Jackson, Beyonce.
You couldn't get a better
Mary
picture of
J.
Beyonce.
What'd you say?
You couldn't get a better picture of Beyonce.
Oh,
But that's an iconic picture.
It's an iconic picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, people know who she looked good on a regular
Yeah,
basis.
formation. Let's get it.
So Janet Jackson, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, and Rihanna.
Man, it's tough.
You go first on this one too.
This is very hard for me. This is extremely hard. Before Rihanna dropped Anti, I would have said it was going to be her. But I love that album. So I can't get rid of that.
So we're talking about like the endorsements and everything, or we just talking about music?
Everything goes away. And I wear Rihanna's makeup, so I can't get rid of I like Fenty Beauty.
All right, so you're getting rid of that.
Oh. And Mary got them songs that hit you right in your soul when you're going through it.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce is an icon. Janet Jackson is an icon. If we get rid of Janet Jackson, we won't have Penny from Good Times.
No.
Oh God.
I have an answer, a backed up answer, because I had this a similar conversation to this the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, but with a different set of people.
Different set of people.
Different set of famous people.
I'm gonna keep Beyonce. So I gotta get rid of Janet Jackson. I feel bad, but I like Janet Jackson's music, but I don't play it on a regular basis anymore.
I gotta get rid of Mary.
Oh,
You gotta get rid of Mary.
Yeah.
You can't get rid of My Life
I'm
album.
like, she's killing my buzz when it comes to ghosts. So
Oh, okay. You're gonna get rid of Mary just to get her off of Power
nah, man.
Book 2?
Like, she killing it, man.
Y'all hate her acting that bad.
I do. Monet, nah, bruh.
I hate that her name is Monet. I hate it. I was like, why had to pick Monet?
Right.
So close to my name. All right, what was you gonna say, Eric?
So, all right, so Beyonce.
Okay.
And here's why. Put Beyonce in a group with different people. Put Beyonce in a group with Whitney and Christina and Mariah.
But why would that group ever exist?
Then Christina would go for me.
Really?
Yes.
I
Because
think that as
Christina never did Coachella like Beyonce did Coachella. If you watch the Beyonce
okay.
Coachella performance,
so performances,
all
yeah.
the way through, not on Netflix, but I watched it all the way through and saw her do those outfit changes and sing without missing a beat.
Yeah.
She
So
just
if you're
mesmerized.
gonna pull full on performances into it, it would skews things different. But if I'm basing my preference is just
The
on
catalog?
just on the catalog,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and based just on the catalog, like Beyonce is just not the one that hits me the most.
I definitely haven't played a Christina Aguilera song in a long time. She can sing
You
her
know you
ass off, though.
sung "Single Ladies in the Mirror" before. Go ahead.
But okay,
I can't imagine
and
that.
and if I were a boy, love that song.
Yeah.
Lemonade, phenomenal album. But as far as like just the way the music hits me,
It doesn't, resonate
not
with
the
you.
same as like
Yeah,
Janet.
you're
or
not part of the
Mary or-
Beehive.
No, I mean I like it. It's just not like if I had to get rid of one,
I got
It would
it.
I
be
couldn't
her.
get rid of the others first.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely would get rid of Christina. I like Chris. I do. I really like
But
Christina.
Beyonce,
But Christina doesn't
Beyonce's a
have any.
performer.
She doesn't even have any like full albums that I really rock with either. And I was a huge fan of hers. Don't get me wrong. I like her music,
Yeah.
but she ain't rocking with B. All right, number 5. All right, let's get
Oh,
into some
woo!
gangsta movies. All right, so
Well,
we got
one isn't a movie.
what?
one
Well, gangsta show
Shit.
movies.
Yeah.
So we got Goodfellas. We got Casino, one of my favorite movies. Well, all these are my favorites. We got The Godfather, and we got The Sopranos. You want me to go first, or you gonna go first?
First
go
of all, if
first,
you
please.
haven't seen all these, watch all these.
Yes, if you haven't seen these, please watch them. And I can give you a list of a couple more. All right. Really, what I would get rid of is The Godfather 1, because
Break it down.
even though I love it,
So it's just okay. So it's just
it's
that
just
movie.
one. Because Godfather 2 to me
its
is the
own
best
story.
one.
Okay.
So if they could still make Godfather 2, then I'm getting rid of Godfather 1. Even though I like Godfather 1. But Godfather 2 is my shit. So that's what I would do.
Brando.
Marlon Brando's dope. I mean, of course. But I'm not getting rid of Goodfellas. Give me the papers. I'm not getting rid of Casino.
I'm getting rid of Casino.
Shit, you better watch that movie again. What are you talking about?
I've seen
when
it.
Joe Pesci stabbed the hell out of that dude in the bar? Come on, man.
That's a Godfather, whatever. This Brando, like everybody looks at Pacino like, oh, he was the boss. No, Brando was the boss. He was a real boss or whatever. You know what I mean? So
I
to
mean, but
me,
Michael
when I
became
think
a
about
boss.
that culture, I think of Brando is the man.
Yeah.
He's the Don. That's who I think about. when it comes to that, that mafia culture, as far as visually, that he pops up in my mind.
That's
So
true.
That's why I couldn't get rid of, I'm just gonna say Brando. I'm not even gonna say The Godfather. I can't get rid of Brando.
Yeah. Okay, I feel you. Which one would you pick, Eric?
Sopranos.
Sopranos?
Yeah, only because
The last season.
It's my second.
I
second
didn't
favorite
like
show of all
the
time.
I didn't like the way they ended.
Oh, I
it.
hated the
Oh,
ending.
man.
Yeah.
And it also showed a side, like, was it Tony's the main character, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way that they portrayed his weaknesses and how he handled them.
But I think that was the point.
I know, and that's
Yeah,
what I didn't like
but you
about
didn't like it.
Yeah, it's the way they portrayed his weaknesses and how he dealt with them.
But he fought everything.
I know, but I feel like there should have been
But
more.
I see what he's saying. He did not take care of his weaknesses very well.
Yeah, yeah.
And as a boss, you would expect better.
I felt like he would have been more discreet. He would anybody that came along the fact that like he would have been way more like, you're done. You know that I got a therapist. You're done.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It didn't fit into the vein. Right now they're recording
A prequel?
Saints of Newark. Yeah, it's a prequel to The Sopranos. They're
that's
recording
Yes,
it.
God, what is it? A
HBO's doing
show?
it. It's called The Saints of Newark. Yeah, they're
made
doing
my
it right
day.
now.
Can
Made
we?
my day.
You know there should
So
be
it's
like
gonna be who? Him, Silvio, and
I think it's going to be
and
more.
Paulie?
I think it's going to be more based on Uncle Junior and his father and stuff like that.
I don't know about that. Now.
Uncle Junior's hilarious. He is. But I agree with what Eric is saying. I do understand that. All right, next one. I think we were on 5. We're on 6. We're running out of time, and there's so many good ones.
Oh, this is easy. This is the easiest one.
Canada.
Get out of here. I'm going
Canada
all
matches
domestic.
tonight.
Team domestic over here. Right? All USA. USA. USA.
I'm about to make a lot of people upset. Listen, I love this man.
I'm about to stone cold studying you right now.
I love this man.
I know you love Tupac, so we know he stays in.
You know Tupac ain't going
Yeah.
nowhere.
Best rappers of
all.
all time, Tupac.
Yeah. I love this man. His first album, I used to fall asleep to it in 9th grade. But I have to get rid of Nas, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Nas is a dope lyricist. I love him as a human, all that good stuff.
Rapper, everyone.
But,
She's tripping.
no, I know it's your favorite rapper. That's why I said you're going to get mad. But he hasn't had the consistency that I would want from him at this point in how dope of a person he is, as far as beat picking, as far as all kinds of different things. Drake, although he's not a better lyricist than Nas at all, I cannot deny that for the rest of my life, I'm going to be, if somebody's going to play a song, I'm going to jump up out my seat. Like, there are so many Drake songs that are in the fabric of my life now. There's Nas songs, like Life's a Bitch. I can rap that whole joint. Like, for real, there's Nas songs, but not as many as Drake now. I had to really think about this one. So I know you're getting rid of Drake. I get it. It's fine. What y'all think in the comments? Who would you get rid of on this one?
I'm just have to say, right? Go back and listen to Nas again. I mean, Nas.
No, I'm familiar with Nas.
Nas is
work.
like chili. He's better when he's been sitting a while. Put him in the refrigerator. Reheat him or whatever.
Not hearing
and then
me.
you're just gonna be like, man, it was better than yesterday.
I am
That's
not.
what Nas is like.
I am not saying Nas isn't dope. He is.
Nas is like half man, half amazing.
I knew
No
he was gonna
doubt.
do that. No doubt. All right, next one, number 7.
Who? Oh, that's Timbo.
All right, so these
in
are
the middle.
all the producers. This is Pharrell.
Look at Timberland looking all slim.
That's from the Shock Value album.
Yeah.
Pharrell, Dr. Dre, Timbaland, and Ye. It's hard. It's hard.
I'm from Tidewater, so I can't get rid of Pharrell or Timbo.
Oh, you lunching. You cannot get rid of Dre or Kanye. You could not.
I can do whatever I
As
please,
a
man.
hip hop head,
I
you
can do
cannot
whatever-
get rid of Dre
I can do
or
whatever I
Kanye.
please.
Should I remind you of who they produced for? You have to get rid of
Yo,
Timbaland.
but Dre or whatever, he gets a lot of collaborations.
Listen to my theory. Get rid of Timbaland because you still have Missy. Missy was one half of the whole collaborative effort in producing, so you still probably get dope music from that crew.
Are you trying to finesse me right
I'm
now?
saying
for my
you
answer?
still get good Aaliyah songs. You still get probably good Justin Timberlake songs because he would go to Missy instead.
All right, I'm gonna cave in. I'm just like, yo, I know anybody who's seen this from around the way, y'all gonna be like, y'all gonna punch me in the face on sight. I'm sorry. So all right, I'm gonna get rid of Timberland. Okay.
It's the only way. It's the only way that makes sense. All right, number 8.
Probably hit the next button. I hit the pause button.
It's all good. All right, we got best, the actors, and one got to go. This one is difficult. Leonardo DiCaprio, Will Smith. I got somebody looking at me crazy. We got Leonardo DiCaprio, we got Will Smith, we got Denzel Washington, and we have Jamie Foxx.
Wild Wild West gotta go. So yes, Mr. Wild Wild West gotta go. Mr. Wild Wild West gotta go.
Jamie Foxx has to go. I love Jamie Foxx. I think he's an amazing actor.
Again,
But
I'm looking
outside
forward.
of Ray, I don't really watch a whole bunch
I'm
of Jamie
looking
Foxx stuff over and over.
forward. I'm looking forward.
Now, if he had already made the Mike Tyson movie, which he's working on, which I know he's going to kill,
Okay.
I might think differently.
Remember the year he had, because he did the joint where he played Tukey.
Oh,
He
that
did
was
the,
good.
And he did the joint with Short Man stood on the couch with Oprah.
With Tom. Oh, Collateral.
That year,
That movie was good. I forgot about
that year, man, that might have been the best year for a black actor ever.
Mm.
If you take 1 year and the material they put out in 1 year, that to me showed me his range. And I'm just like, yo, he has so much moving forward.
So you would be willing to get rid of Will Smith, though?
I'm getting rid of Will Smith.
I'm definitely not letting Leonardo DiCaprio go at all. Point blank, period. Gangs of New York alone. No,
Okay.
not doing it. And then Denzel is Denzel. We're not getting rid of Denzel. Yeah, okay. I need a list of Will's movies. I should have got a list. I feel like I'm missing.
Wild Wild West just.
He turned that down. He turned The Matrix down for that. That was a mistake. But I mean, since then, he's all right.
Ali Boomba. I wasn't feeling that.
Ali Boumaier. He played really, really good Muhammad Ali. I just think the script
It was alright.
could have been a better
It
script.
was alright.
I think the Muhammad Ali movie could have been a better script. All right. Let's switch to... I'm going to go over in time a little bit, Eric. I'm sorry, but I got you. What was that, number 7? Let's go to number 8.
This is easy for me.
What is this?
All right, so we have The Last Dragon. We have The Wiz. We have 5 Heartbeats, and we have Purple Rain.
This is easy for me.
All right, what's your answer?
I'm gonna tell you how many times I've watched The Wiz. I've never watched The Wiz all the way through. Now I've seen the whole movie if you put all the parts in, but
Yeah.
I never can watch it more than 20 minutes. I'm sorry. And to me, I think we get to the place where we like punk people to like something, and I feel like a lot of people. I just feel that way. I don't think that people naturally watch The Wiz and be like, "Yo, I love this movie."
I have to say, and look, I might get my black card revoked. My sister is going to be mad when she sees this. I agree. The Wiz is not as dope as we think. We just liked it because it had Diana Ross and it had Michael Jackson and it was a black version of The Wizard of Oz and it had like little
that song,
catchy
though.
songs.
Right.
But most of the middle sucks. Last Dragon, we're not taking that away.
Not
5
at all.
Heartbeats, classic.
Yes.
Purple Rain, not the best script, but it has Purple Rain music in it. You cannot get rid of Prince movie.
Let's go crazy. Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah. But the script isn't that great. The script isn't that great in that movie. But it's a dope, I mean, the soundtrack is so
I
good.
want to be washed in the waters of
Lake Minnetonka. Yeah, it has one-liners and everything. Now, what does The Wiz have? Don't bring me no bad news. I mean, ease on down the road. Like, now the best song is Michael Jackson singing I Can't Win. That's the best song.
Oh yeah.
That's dope.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, hey, Makora. All right, we're going to switch over to Wife Friend because we could go all night with these. I'll save the rest. Oh, hold on. Let's do this one before we're done. So this is Public Enemy, Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest, or NWA. One got to go.
Enemy.
Public Enemy? Okay, so I chose Public Enemy too, and I'm going to tell you why. Public Enemy, while very influential, their music was very important for a certain time.
All
It
I'ma
did
do
not
is show you this to show
translate.
you who I'm with all day
Tribe.
long. All day long.
Tribe was great because Tribe, the same as we talked about before, showed a different style of hip hop and that it was okay to be kind of like a grassroots hip hop scene.
Right.
NWA you can't get rid of because then you get rid of Dr. Dre, you get rid of West Coast music for the most part and that influence. you get rid of Wu-Tang, we don't have a whole bunch of people, and I'm definitely not gonna get rid of Method Man or Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Public Enemy is the only choice. And Flavor Flav, I mean,
Top 10 group of all time, but they just
they gotta go.
these are the other three are top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, I top 5.
top 5.
As long as Outkast is in there, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 more spots.
Okay. All right, we're gonna switch over to another game.
Outkast and De La Soul.
De La Soul is not in top 5 groups. You're lunching.
You're lunching.
No, you're really lunching.
Oh,
Bone Thugs
man.
and Harmony goes before De La Soul.
You what?
I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. Anywho, so we're gonna do a game called Wife or Friend. So you've seen like the games that's like marry, kill, fuck, or they'll have wife, baby mama, side chick, ex, or whatever. So I thought we'd do something different.
We're just doing 2.
We're gonna do. It's gonna be 2 choices each time. So you gotta pick who you would use, who you think would make the best wife, and who you think would make the better friend.
I think
So this is Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
We have to remember I have to stream this on the radio. I mean on the platform. This is Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma.
I think Nikki will be a better friend because it's always good to have a hot woman friend when you are a single man.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's going to come there with, the smile, the ass, she's going to have her connections. I'm going to get all the pussy because that's my friend. Remy Ma.
Y'all use women for that? I thought it was babies y'all use. Y'all use women too?
Oh, that is the best. If you don't know that, you're not really a player.
Oh, okay.
A fine woman friend is the best wingman.
Oh, because it makes other women want you because you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. So Remy Ma, yeah, that's gonna be, the wife.
Remy Ma is dope though, and she's beautiful too. But yeah, I can see that. I think Remy Ma would just hold down a household better than Nicki, and Nicki does not hold down her friendships very well, so she's the one you could just get rid of. That's how I look at it. All right, number 2 for that one. Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. Who's your wife? Who's your friend? I'm going to go first.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. I'm going to go first. Hands down, Cardi is my friend. Because Cardi going to ride for you. You call, you be like, yeah, this girl, she hang up the phone. She's there. Okay. Like, quick. She gonna ride for you no matter what. She gonna hold it down. She always giving advice.
Okay.
She can actually have a conversation, even though her speech makes people think she's ignorant. She's very smart.
Okay.
Boom. Meg, even though she is still in kind of that same ratchet music vein, she's a little less hot-headed, in my opinion, so she would make a better spouse.
To me, I think she's an undercover hothead.
Who, Meg?
Yes.
Yes.
I think she's the type that have an issue with you in the public. Y'all get in the car, she's punching your face on sight.
That's because you think that she did something to Tory. This is what we go through.
No, that's not it.
You think that she
That's
did
not
something to Tory.
it. That's not it. I don't give a fuck about Tory for real. So that's not it. But I'm gonna go the other way around. I'm gonna go with Meg as the friend because to me she feels like the one who's gonna be like it's Friday. What the fuck are we doing tonight?
Mm-hmm.
More than Cardi. Cardi seems like that, but I think Cardi's a more like what I'm trying to take you home and I'm trying to do us type or whatever.
Well, and Cardi is half Trini, half Puerto Rican, and they typically are very homebody-ish type. You know what I'm saying? People. So maybe you got something here.
Right.
All right, let's go to number. Yep, there you go. Beyonce or Rihanna? Who's the wife? Who's the friend?
You go first on this one.
Rihanna's definitely the friend. Definitely. I would love to be friends with Rihanna. Like, even now. Like, she just seems like such a dope person. She got style. She likes to chill. She's just easy breezy. Beyonce has an empire. So I'd rather her be, Rihanna does too, but not a Beyonce empire yet.
Yeah.
She's richer than Beyonce on paper, but Beyonce's iconism just in music alone is
Say iconism
different.
again.
I made it up. Yeah.
I like that coming out your
Iconism.
mouth. Say, ooh.
Anyways, whoa. So
So spicy.
I would definitely go with Rihanna as a friend. Beyonce is the person I would suggest marrying. I'd marry Beyonce, and we'd have a collaborative release every year and make a whole bunch of money. She seems more calm.
Okay, I'm gonna go the other way around. Beyonce has to connect or whatever. So Beyonce's the type of friend is be like, yo, I found out about this stock. yo, I'm getting in on this building. Come on, I'm gonna front you the money, and then you give it back to me, or whatever. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do big things with that friend. You know what I mean? And I like those type of friends. You know, I love
Riri
to
is a
party.
pretty big businesswoman herself.
Well, absolutely,
so,
or
yeah.
whatever. You know, but Riri, I look at her as a type. She has not been. She's. I'm not gonna say she's jumped from man to man, but she hasn't been in long-term relationships, right? Like
Yeah.
significantly long. So
She's a
I want to.
savage.
I want to be that one to be like, oh yeah.
You want to marry the savage.
she-
She told you. Fuck
Hold
your
on,
white
hold
horse
on.
in a carriage.
But if you're watching, shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Ghost, you know, Power Book 2. So Monet, which I don't like her part, but one of the realest things she said, she was talking to her daughter and she said that basically a man likes the image that I see in your eyes. So her being a savage and then she calms down and takes my last name, I'm just like, yo, the type of look that I'm going to get from that and the type of, you know, ego boost that comes from that, yeah, I'm all about it.
Okay, so I see where you're going with that. And the next one. All right, this is the last one. This is Erykah Badu and Jill Scott. Who would be the friend? Who would you marry?
Friends with benefits or just a friend?
Just a friend.
It's all
My
types,
guy?
It's all types of friends, you know?
You try to smash both.
Yeah, why not?
That's
I'm
not
gonna
what
go.
the game is.
I'm gonna go with Erica as the friend. You know what I mean? It's just like she's very eclectic, and I can be my, you know, eclectic self around her, and we're just gonna go and we're gonna just enjoy life and look at it from a different lens. You
So
know?
you're scared of the Badu box? Is that what's going on?
People go crazy. I'm not trying to be wearing platforms and plaid.
That's what it is. Most
You know
men
what
are
I'm saying?
scared.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not trying to wear shoulder pads or no shirt. I'm alright with that. And but
I have
just
a poem about it.
Jilly from
She's
Philly
special.
or whatever, she just looked like she looked like she got some wop. Ooh, I would love to go home to that every night.
She seems like a nice little pillow to lay on.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Jill seems very inviting, but so is Erykah Badu, and she doesn't just seem it. I've met her, and she is the most. Her energy is so inviting.
Yeah,
Yeah, like for real, like something different.
something different.
Something different.
Extraterrestrial, like.
I'm trying to tell you, you want to marry Erykah. You want to marry.
I don't want to be an extraterrestrial just yet.
Yeah, but do you want your bars to be like Andre 3000? Okay.
True.
Okay.
But it's just like, what do? You become an extra weirdo when you got extra material, or
No, she's dope.
and then when she stops dealing with you or whatever, you wig out for a while.
No, you don't. All her baby daddies get along. They all do stuff together. That she has the stable in order.
So she's the
don't wig
reverse. So she's the reverse Eddie Murphy.
No, she is Demi Moore. Because remember how Bruce Willis and Ashton Kutcher was like cool?
No. But Eddie has girlfriends, wife,
Nicole
yeah,
Murphy does
all
not
of
get
them.
along with Eddie Murphy that well at all.
Oh no.
Erykah Badu have never had any of those men say anything about her.
Okay, I'm gonna take
And
that
they
back.
get along.
I'm gonna take it back. Okay.
She's different.
Okay.
I promise you. That's why I have a poem that's called something like Badu. She is different. Ain't never married none of them. They said, well, what is your secret? And all she says is, I listen to what they have to say.
So I'm gonna marry
That's
that
gangster.
so I can be her ex-husband. She's gonna divorce me.
But if you could get her to marry you when she hasn't married anyone, that's what I'm saying.
I guess that's a good
And
look.
she got that special box.
Look, they be looking at her situation. She'd be like, yo, DOC, Andre 3000, Common, you know, J Electronica. This nigga, like, yeah, that nigga.
Yeah,
The
I
one got
did
her
that.
mad. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't switch the screen, and Eric has left out. So is there any other topic you want to cover before we sign out? Because you were bringing up a whole bunch of topics earlier.
Remind me of one, please.
I don't know, man. Oh, let's talk about Charm City Kings.
Okay.
So I watched it a couple of days ago. He just watched it. This is the new movie that came on HBO. It's about dirt bike culture and bike culture in Baltimore. And it has Meek Mill in it. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a really good made for cable TV movie.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on it?
First of all, the dude played Mouse. Oh, he's an up and comer because I
Yes.
loved him in Queen and Slim.
Queen and Slim.
Absolutely.
In New Edition movie.
And New Edition movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know your name, young man, but I'm gonna find out. He's up and coming for
Yeah,
real.
he is.
So Yeah, I love like the little stunts. They ain't show a lot of stunts, but I like that. And then yeah, I enjoyed the movie thoroughly. That's one of the things. Is like, hey, somebody comes around and you haven't seen it. That, you turn on, you're like, all right, it's gonna be entertaining. So I'm really about that movie.
I definitely thought it was great. I actually cried at the end of it. There's a scene that happens at the end where Meek Mill does something, and it really, really, really touches me. So y'all check it out. It's on HBO. It's called Charm City Kings. It's about bike culture in Baltimore. They get the accents down packed. Like they have the accents going for
The
real,
twos
for
and the
real.
does.
Yeah, so good, dude. Whatever how
Right,
they be
right. I'm
saying
like,
it, really good.
the only thing he didn't say was hot dog.
Yeah, I do. But that's all for today. And tune in next week where we have another musical artist on, Hassan Ladon. And I will see you then. Thank you very much, Eric, for coming today and being my co host. Eric comes all the way down from Maryland, so we got to give him a round of applause. Thank you to DJ EQ, my engineer in Fredericksburg Public Access Radio. And we will see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.